Imagine Alice Cooper with about 1/100th the money.
If the Cramps had been a heavy metal band.
Crazy as H, blood-splattered, ear-splitting hilarity.
The Wizard of Oz meets splatter horror films.
The gag is, you're in the splash zone.
You're covered with goo and blood, and if you're not completely soaked, you didn't have a haunted garage show.
It's like going to a horror movie, except it's actually happening.
It's basically walking into the most brutal, gory film right in front of your face.
It was probably the best part of my life.
I think of him as a guy with commitment to his art.
That's Dookie. I mean, he wants to take it as far as he can take it.
You gotta see this band.
Wait a minute, are you gonna get this?
Oh, thank you.
Kennedy Plaza. Do not be alarmed. Attention, pay no attention. I said attention, pay no attention.
Hello. I gotta learn how to just pop into this full screen. I'm gonna figure it out one of these days. Hello, it's me, Kevin Vonesper, and if you're watching this, you have found the VonPod. If you couldn't tell from that intro video, it's gonna be quite a visual feat tonight. So get your glasses on and get your substances ready or whatever you need to do. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Big Nazo is on the show. Now, what is Big Nazo? I don't really know. We're going to find out. That's the purpose of this show tonight. I've been fascinated by whatever it is they do. It's like I'm fascinated by it and I'm aware of it, but I still couldn't really explain it to you. But we have the lab. We're in the lab tonight, I believe. We're going to have be watching the lab and talking to the great Dr. Tremendanus. I think I pronounced it right. If not, I'm gonna have to get repairs done after the show. Are you guys ready? If you're here, join in the chat. If you're watching afterwards, like, share, and subscribe. Help me with the algorithm, guys. If you're watching it right now, hit the like, subscribe. Like, I do really interesting things. I do this, I do the VonPod, I post music videos. It's always great. And that next show is going to be a horror movie director, a local horror movie director. So anyways, let's get into the show, shall we? Let's do the theme song.
VonPod. Welcome to VonPod. I've got chicken heads and deli creeps, scary monsters and super creeps on VonPod. You're listening to VonPod. With aliens and scum dogs, I hope you're here to chat along to VonPod. Welcome to VonPod. You're listening to VonPod. You're watching VonPod. VonPod.
Hello, Big Nazo.
Well, hello, young man.
Did I say your name correctly? Can you say it for me?
I've never said my own name. But
Oh, good. Don't start now.
Despite the physical similarities between you and I, we have something else in common, which is I have absolutely no idea how to describe Big Nazo Lab. So this might be a short interview.
Oh wow, I think we're done. I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Wow, okay. Then well, you just killed my big question of what is Big Nazo. How about let me ask you this. What's happening in the lab over there right now?
So you weren't kidding. We're actually going forward with this. Okay, well, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
changed my mind, yeah.
if you're watching, you're getting a live feed, a rare glimpse through security satellite camera reflectation of a scene here 40 miles beneath the surface of the Earth at the Big Nazo Rocket Mill Studio. It's located in the Olneyville neighborhood in Providence, Rhode Island, but that's our little secret. And behind me, I have some extraterrestrial beings and robot assistants who are basically working as hard as they can to appear like they're working as hard as they can.
That's what I do at my job too, yeah.
We collaborate with a species known as the Uranian aliens, and they're bound to make some cameos here at some point.
Wow. Well, okay, there's a lot to dig into there. What are the uranium aliens, and how come people aren't talking about this? This seems like it would be big news.
Well, because we're in a secret laboratory 40 miles beneath the surface of the Earth, and our interest is not in being seen or entertaining anyone but ourselves. This happens in a great void, underground.
Well, what about, so I mean, I got a lot of pictures to show later in the show. I know you do come out into the street level sometimes and party with the humans. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I was making up all that stuff about not being in public, and also the 40 miles beneath the Earth thing. It's a bit exaggerated, just a couple miles beneath.
Just a couple miles.
Those would fry up like little fritters.
Well, maybe you're in the ocean somewhere, because we know more about space, I believe, than we do about what's beneath us. So who knows what's beneath us? I don't know. I would believe it.
I'm sitting on something. It's not a chair, but it's beneath me and it's ticklish.
I hope that's a good sensation for you.
Yeah. So what would you like to know here? Forgive me, but I haven't been on the television.
Oh, well, yes. Welcome to the internet. We're gonna blow up tonight. Not literally, virtually, hopefully. Well, tell me, how long has the Big Nazo lab been around, and what exactly do you produce at the lab?
I know who knows the answer. Data Bowl. Come over here when you get a second. Well, the Big Nazo lab is an extraterrestrial collaboration studio. We fabricate our own creatures and alien beings and robots, but what the public doesn't realize is that some of them actually are the real thing. This is Databo, one of our most astute experts in creature design. Databo, any few words that you'd like to say? Step in.
Hello. Yep. What are you working on back there? And what kind of language is that you're speaking?
There you go.
Well, that answers everything.
You ask a strange question, you get a strange answer.
That's true. Well, that's what I'm here for tonight. I'm loving the strange. Do you consider it strange? Do you consider humans strange? What do you consider strange?
Yeah, that's the perfect answer, but you couldn't possibly understand it unless you were a rocket scientist like myself.
I'm certainly not. I think if I was a rocket scientist, I'd probably, well, I don't know. I might be unemployed right now, but
we don't mean to be difficult. We just don't really know any answers to anything. But keep asking questions. We're
yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can crack something here. How long have you been around, or is that are you a different species? You said you were a different species of aliens plus creature
fabrications?
Yeah, it's a whole mix of make believe and then real blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, it's hard work. We started as a street performance group decades ago. I'm sure you weren't born, not even conceived, and maybe not even conceivable at that time.
That's probably true, yeah.
But we earned we went to the School of Hard Knocks doing street theater. If you can do it out there, you can do it anywhere.
Is that in Rhode Island as well, the Hard Knock School?
It's everywhere. It's global. It's an international university.
Yeah. And what I guess, we'll dig into the pictures soon, but for what occasion do you like to come up to the surface?
Basically
anything.
We've done every kind of conceivable gig. We've performed at ribbon cuttings to pedestrian bridges. We've been there for the christening of a new ice cream shop, a high school graduation, a bar mitzvah, a bowling alley kids party. And we're not embarrassed about these low-level show business opportunities because it builds character. And once again, it keeps us grounded with what real people are like and what they like. And so when we take to the stage, we can work the audience having an intimate knowledge of what kind of works and what doesn't. So we also have a band, and we also work with experimental music DJs, and we do processions. We do, short films. We fabricate props for theater and film, and also host internships. Any young person brave enough to come into our lair and to work with the types behind us. Grumbles, are you there? Come over here for a second. Here's one of our proteges. This is Grumbles, who's, from what I can tell, a four-armed. What are you exactly, Grumbles? I hate to put you on the spot.
Oh, no worries, boss. I'm a cyborg. It's a cyborg ogre. It's nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, God. It's terrible.
What happens if someone does sneeze in your general direction?
Well, that's when you end up getting another space ogre. So don't sneeze in the general direction.
Oh, wow. That's how you reproduce. I get it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so Grumbles has been working on his fourth arms. There, as you see, he's got two other arms, and he's
making a whole new rig. It's gonna be great. Got even more arms. It's gonna have laser cannons. Actually, not laser cannons. It was cameras, right? I forget.
Laser cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, it's getting too nerdy for me. All right, Grumbles, thank you. Keep doing what you were doing. Which
Okay.
was nothing.
Hey, has the reactor girdle come in yet?
No. Have you ordered it?
I'll go check.
David, but where are the other Uranians? Get them over here, okay?
Now, when you're ordering parts for your lab, where do you order them from? Is it from Amazon or the Amazon?
We fabricate everything ourselves. That all parts are fabricated here. We don't use parts of any kind.
Right. So what are you ordering?
Usually just pizza. That's
pizza. What? Okay. You see, now we're getting somewhere. What is the consensus of the room about pineapple on pizza?
We don't understand the aversion to the citric addition to the tomato sauce, which has a citric quality as well. We just think that the pineapple should never be cut. It should be the entire pineapple. And the pizza should be laid upon it like a blanket.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I agree. See, thinking outside the box. I like that about you.
All right, you got a beautiful, this is a shy one. This
Hello.
It's never seen itself. Yeah.
Oh, pretty beautiful, right? What do you think? Are you seeing yourself for the first time right now?
Yeah, they're easily amused. I mean,
oh, that's great.
Excellent. But they're brilliant.
Wow. So I guess before we here, let me ask one more question, and then we'll dig into some of the pictures, and we can talk about some of that stuff and videos. What's the product? I mean, is there a product? Is there a commercial value to Big Nazo Lab? Like that, I know a lot of. That's like maybe inconceivable to an alien species brain, but like us humans, we're obsessed with consumerism and creating things just to make people buy it. What's your take on that?
This took a frightening corporate turn here for a second.
A little bit, yeah. Well, it's a curious turn. I'm not representing any corporations.
Well, we create experiences, and we're going to do that regardless of what happens. And what's fantastic is that there are people willing to pay us to create those happenings in whatever form, either street processions on a float, hanging off the top of a balcony of a building, or on a stage. And we say yes to all of it.
How do you feel about all the world is a stage dive? Do you agree
Never
with
heard
that
the term.
sentiment?
No.
Yeah, excellent. All right, let's open some of the pictures. We can talk about some of that, and maybe you'll see some of your friends in there. Where are you here?
Well, it looks like everyone's a little bit tipsy, but this is Vancouver during the Winter Olympics some years back.
Incredible. How many? I don't know what you would call it. Yeah,
there's a lot of them out there, isn't there?
There's a lot of them. Is there a catalog of all of them somewhere, or do you lose track of them?
We don't count stuff. You're a very interesting person.
I try.
I thought that someone who loved horror and gore and alternative music would not care about numbers so much, but I'm fascinated. I want to give you answers. What was the question again?
How many big what do you is there an overall word for what we should call you? Because I know you're the Big Nazo Lab, but you're not all Big Nazos, are you?
Yeah, we're sort of Nazoids, I suppose.
Nazoids.
But
Okay.
I'm making that up right now for you. I think it's a great question.
So is there a big Nazo census that goes out?
Census? Census. No, nobody knows what that is.
That's fair.
Yeah, what they said.
Fascinating.
Yeah, we like to look in windows. Sometimes that's enough. If you're walking down the street and you look into a place that they're not expecting something except the ordinary, it can change someone's life.
Yeah. Do you have any good stories about changing people's lives and how you've affected people?
Well, we do get the feedback that we made an impression. Sometimes it's the impression that we were frightening, but then they saw past our grotesque exterior and learned to appreciate or felt the love of the actual character. And then they re-examined why were they afraid, because we're different and odd, and that is very intentional. We are intentionally grotesque. We have 4 eyes on average, or 5, and teeth are crooked. There's lots of warts and veins on our organisms. And we do this because we want people to stop judging by what they see on the surface. As corny as it sounds, it's still happening. People can't get over the way that people look.
Yeah, I agree. I love that. That's what I love about you. And I even watched last night. I found the TED Talk, the Big Nazo TED Talk, and that illuminated me quite a bit. What was that experience like for you?
We don't know Ted, and we haven't heard his talk, so I'm sorry about that. We're not hip.
Well, that's something for the audience to discover then, if you want to know a little bit more and have another great experience. You know what I want to do? I want to break this up with a little bit of music. Do you guys like dancing? Maybe you could, I know you sent me, or I have in my arsenal here some musical numbers that the Big Nazo the Nazoids have done.
Yeah, the Nazo Intergalactic Creature Band, perhaps.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that, and then we can watch this while we talk.
Sure.
Let's
see. When we evolved from the street to stages, we eventually started working in clubs. And if we worked in clubs, we started by being the weirdos that were dancing on the stages and in the audience, but then we became a band.
Oops. Yeah, I'm going to keep this a little low. So where are we here?
Well, this is at the Zoetical Festival at a club named Aurora. Oh, there you go. There's me. Some years ago, as you can see, I I still didn't have any hair, but the shape of my head was a little bit more attractive. So yeah, that's just the intro to a whole song that happens later on in the clip.
All right, let me skip around a little bit. So how many is the band have a certain member lineup, or is it kind of like whoever shows up, kind of like Green Jelly, you know, it's like whoever shows up for the show is in the band that night?
No, we have a band. You know, they rehearse and play music, and we write music together, so it's a group.
Excellent.
We might have some other performer friends show up to pad the ranks, so to speak. But
right.
Yeah.
Is there a?
This
Yeah,
song,
go ahead.
Faces Your Home. It's a nice slow number, and we have some others that are a little bit more banger types.
Yeah, I got another one I can play a little bit. Is there a certain genre that you tend to attract to more or less?
Early days are, we performed sort of rock, blues sort of style. Most of our characters are more humanoid in the early days, and then we evolved into more extraterrestrial features, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm.
We started to create music that was appropriate for those visuals, which was a little bit more of a space funk rock kind of cabaret nightmare.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
That's it.
I don't know if I have it in my slideshow, but I saw, speaking of space funk, you did something with George Clinton at one point. How did that come together? And are they like brethren to you, or the mothership and all that?
Well, some years back, we did appear in their shows and open for them at the House of Blues, at Lupo's, etc. And our group, individuals in our group, fabricated some props for them, so it was wonderful. But we haven't worked with them in quite a while.
Right. Well, he's back. I saw his final tour about 15 years ago, and yeah, he's back on tour again. I think he's an extraterrestrial as well. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't prove that, but
well, I'm sure you can get George on your show, so
that would be incredible. I should try. You know who I'd really like to have on my show is Bootsy Collins. Do you have any history with Bootsy, or just a fandom?
Just that he reposted one of our videos and got a lot of likes, but I forget. I think it may have been something called the Face book.
Yes, I've heard of this book of Face. I've heard of it. That's great. Are there other there's some other creature bands out there. Do you feel akin to them, or are you fans of any of their other creature bands out there?
Well, we're fans of all creature bands. We feel anybody who is putting on a visual show to go with music that engages an audience, that invites participation and stimulates imagination, that's very good. It's good for the world, and it's good for you, and good for the band. So we, we're very obviously aware of GWAR and supportive of them trying to see their shows when we're in town and they're coming by. But we're also, we're fans of anything that is put on some kind of eclectic and bizarre live performance. So,
do you remember the first time you encountered Green Jelly, and is there any good story to tell there?
This is probably the best answer I can give you. What I just experienced was exactly what it was like.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yep, that's it again. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yeah, it is very well, we don't have tentacles, but we have pool noodles, so it's something like that.
Pool noodles are used for flotation devices in a swimming pool, am I right?
That's right, yes.
So that is, are we speaking about our bathing suits? Because I'm wearing a Speedo.
Oh, really?
Have we come to that part of the show?
That's for the after show, I think. Yeah, a little teaser for the after show.
Okay.
You were talking about horror movies. Are there any favorite horror movies or influential horror movies that you guys like to watch in the lab?
This is our horror movie. What the hell are you people talking about? Look at me. Look what you've done to my face. Oh, Christ. Oh, jeez. Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty horrific.
This is Professor Crumblebottom. He's our resident complainer. Ah!
Yeah, what's he complaining about today?
All right. What can I do you for?
What's the big complaint of the day for you?
Can't believe you even wasting your time interviewing Big Nazo. These people are freaks, okay?
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it either.
Ridiculous. They're improvised maniacs. The content is all over the place. It's absolutely an assault of the senses. It's just should be stopped.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's definitely an assault on the senses, and that's the thing I like about it, though.
I don't smell good either. Let me tell you right now.
Well, I'm so glad to be separated by a screen because I couldn't imagine what that lab smells like.
Well, gravy leg. Sorry about that. You got me worked up, and I'm not wearing my protective underpants.
Oh, so no no Speedo for you?
Just looking at the mess right now. Uraniums, come and clean this up. This is really bad. All right.
Uh-oh, cleanup crew.
Well, take Crumblebottom away, please. Take him away. Take him away. Put me down. Put me down. Sorry you had to see that. But
Oh, that's okay. I'll get over it.
we learned long ago that if you're going to have hecklers, you might as well have your own heckler. So Crumblebottom shows up at our shows and basically disrupts, complains, and sometimes very articulately spells out exactly what is wrong with the show, which is plenty.
That's kind of brilliant. Yeah. What other kind of heckles have you had in the past, or have you had any difficult kind of audiences, or do they all get it?
Well, in the early street theater days, believe it or not, drunken sailors. It sounds like a myth, but a drunken sailor would come into the show and you'd have to kind of like get them off the stage. That's about it.
Right.
Sometimes the clients were completely flabbergasted, didn't realize how weird the show was going to be. Does that count as a heckler?
Sure. Katie's here. I love the show because every episode I learn about new, cool, weird thing to check out. Yes, thank you. Big Nazo tonight.
Whoever that is obviously a paid shill.
Yes, they're waiting for their checks. Trust me. They're going to be waiting for a while. Yes, please. If you have any questions for Big Nazo, I'm not sure what the right questions to ask are, so I welcome any input into getting to know these intergalactic this intergalactic phenomenon. Is that a good way to describe it?
We would like to be paid in gold bars.
I'll get my paint out. Here, I got another video I want to show. I believe this is an alien autopsy. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
Oh my gosh.
Is that Crumblebottom right there?
That's him right there.
Hey, he's a star.
Oh, he was being removed from the belly of a giant lasagna alien, which is basically a giant creature stuffed with other creature parts. And then extraterrestrials perform surgery and remove objects. And at one point, they removed him from the body. So
wow.
That's what this is. This is in Naperville outside of Chicago.
Now, I remember they used to sell an alien autopsy tape off of the back of magazines and stuff. Is this that, or,
That's your childhood, my friend.
That's my childhood.
I can't imagine what it was like. You must have been a very naughty, naughty person. But,
well, it did end up here, so take what you want from that. Let's see. Let's go back to the photos here.
Yeah.
Lots of lights, yes.
These are our blink bots, yeah.
Blink bots, I love that.
This is the Big Nazo intergalactic creature band on stage.
That's great. So how are you ever going to put out a record? I mean, again, this doesn't have to be about consumerism because you could always put it out for free, with the internet and all that. But is the band ever going to put out a record?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get around to that.
Yeah, as I like collecting my physical things. I have no physical things to show for Big Nazo tonight. So,
Right, that's right. We
you
don't
know,
really have. We have not done a lot of swag or stuff for people to buy. We like to live on in people's memory.
yeah. Right. Yeah, no, of course. And is there like a schedule of events if someone would want to come see Big Nazo perform on the street or otherwise?
No, we let the organizations that have us perform for them do that work, and we just
Right.
we show up. Like I said, we try to focus on keeping our ensemble, of intergalactic creatures under control. It takes a lot of time. There's a lot.
Yeah, I bet. Because I'd love to see it in person. Like over the screen is one thing and it's incredible, but you know, I know Rhode Island's not too far from me, but I'm in New York. So do you ever come to New York City and
Of course,
buzz around here?
that's not a fancy trip or anything. Of course, we've
No.
been to New York City. I guess you think it's the greatest place on earth, but there's so many towns.
It's a place
all over
on
this
earth.
world. It's a place on earth.
Yeah,
We love it very much.
just like heaven. So says Belinda Carlisle.
Cultural references that are going right over my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, that's okay. That one's for the audience
That's
if
a
you get that
person.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This is wow. So if so yeah, I know you mentioned that some of it is real and some of it is fabricated in the lab.
These are creature students. I'm not sure how you found these photos, but they're images of students that have worked with us. So this is made by Rhode Island School of Design creature creation
Incredible.
class students. So those are creatures in, first creature that those humans have made.
Wow. And then do they live with these? Do they take them home and live as these characters, or do they go like into a storage lab or cryogenic freezer or somewhere?
Well, they take it home and then do whatever goes on in their homes. I don't peek into their home. I'm not spying on what they do with them when they go home.
Right, right. So I'm just imagining just like a warehouse full of creatures somewhere. Is that something like that exists or?
Yeah, we're in one of them. I mean,
yeah,
we're in one right now.
Right. What is that? Is that an arm behind you swinging around? What's going on behind you?
Apparently, yeah. I just shook its hand.
Oh, wow.
The handshaking mechanism.
Incredible.
Yeah. You don't have one?
An arm? Actually, I have a mechanical arm, but it's in the other room.
Okay.
So, and I'm not lying about that. It's made up of wires and things like that, Wow. So has anyone, science fiction, has anyone got it right? Or, is there going to be a big Nazo Lab movie one day?
Oh, definitely. There will be. Yeah. I believe that will be something that we'll work on. Sure.
Yeah. That would be really incredible. Would it be like, the story of Big Nazo, or would it just be kind of like you guys living your lives and just kind of like a documentary, Spinal Tap type of situation?
I think it would be like what we're doing right now, but it would be maybe an hour and a half to maybe just under 2 hours long,
Mm-hmm.
and projected in IMAX.
Wow. Yeah. Excellent. Now, wait, you got a little hand now. How many hands are in that room right now? I know it's not really about the numbers. It's more of the perception.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's at least 5 hands, maybe collectively.
Well, I want to give you a hand also. So there you go.
Oh.
Let's see.
We've seen plenty of these kids work here. That's
yes. Okay, the
school
kids.
buses.
That's
Yes.
great. Starting them young. And then is this the Monster Band again, or the Big Nazo Band?
Stage, just a snapshot of the stage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the Ted. There's Ted. You should introduce yourself to him one day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's great. Guar did a TED Talk too once.
Why not?
Yeah.
Everybody can do a TED Talk now.
Yeah. Let's play another song. I think I got another song in here. Let me get the video up. I'm just like enjoying watching what's happening in your lab. You know, I'm very distracted. You distract people a lot, right?
I wasn't aware anything was happening at all. These guys have to always be told to get back to work.
Well, I'm not sure if they're actually working, but it's happening. Let's see. Uh-oh. I think I pushed the wrong button. Do you is there any do you have any holidays that you celebrate? Maybe not human holidays, but maybe Nazoid holidays.
I wish I had an answer for you that was clever, but what would you expect we would celebrate? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know your culture, so maybe I could learn something from that. Could
Valentine's Day? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, this is a little bit more upbeat.
Yep, there's a long intro on this one as well. Of course.
Well, if I've learned anything from funk music, their songs are always very long. Let's go through it a little bit. I really love when Big Nazo is dancing, and I've seen people like dance along with you and really get the vibe going. I know that's not really a question, but a statement. But is dancing important to Big Nazo?
Very good. Very good for your feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what is this song about? What kind of songs what kind of subject matter does the band write about? Is it different than like, you know, human songs?
No, I mean, the audience are humans. You can see those silhouettes in the foreground are not animations, but actual human heads. And what's being sung now is the sort of like the chorus part. And there's a really amazing rubber chicken solo in this song.
Oh, great.
It's coming up. But that's the only Commander Glorbo speaking. Crank it up just for a second so we can hear.
Sure, yeah. So funky, yeah. I just want to dance at a Big Nazo show.
If you cut to us while the music plays,
what's that?
If you cut to us, you'll see us dancing to our own music.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I should have my own show.
You should have your own show. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch you guys groove out for a minute. And in the audience, if you guys got any questions, I would love to have some input on this conversation. Can you cut to the
stage so that we can feel like we're part of the show?
Yes.
Come on, work your
miracle.
Let's see. There we go. Yeah, you're doing it, DJ.
Yeah. Super video editing. And then.
Oh.
Incredible. I'm having an experience right now. All right, let's see if I can get this back to, wow.
Uh-oh, here comes
Hey, I got all these different views here. Let's see what I can do.
Solo. That's the chicken solo. Coming up. Just hang on here. It's worth it. Now listen to this chicken. Crank it. You got to hear the chicken solo.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? That was a freaking chicken solo.
So, and then I gotta ask, do you know anything about the radioactive chicken heads?
God, I hate to be a downer and say no, but we know so little. Look at my brain. Watch. I do that daily. So my memory and perceptions are altered.
Wait, I want to talk to this guy behind you. What's his name or their name?
That's a severed frog head.
Oh.
It's going to be funny. It's a horrible sight. It's an amphibian whose head has been detached from its body.
Oh no.
God.
Is it
Now,
going to be
come on,
reattached to a
coming out of
different
the mouth.
body?
I don't know. I was speaking when you were speaking. Sorry.
That's
What did
okay. You go first.
Just saying that something's coming out of its mouth and it doesn't look good. Obviously, a parasite that's eaten its way through its lung cavity and is exiting through its esophagus. And by
Wow.
the way, its eyeballs are wiffle balls painted with pupils, so it's okay.
Oh.
No animals have been harmed in the making of this podcast video thing.
You ever see Forbidden Zone?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, is that head going to be reattached to a different body, or how does that work? Do you guys like interchange heads sometimes, or body parts, or?
Well, if you've been going steady for a long time, sometimes it goes there.
Yeah. Incredible. Let's see. Let's get back to some photos. I mean, there's every photo I see new creatures. It's just incredible how many creatures there are.
We're going to start counting them because we've met you tonight. We're going to start counting things.
Yeah, you know what? I would collect trading cards. Now, what's this going on? This is some kind of Star Wars thing
That's an
happening.
example of a commission piece. You know, we were asked to make a Jabba the Hutt for a
Oh,
Star Wars
nice.
musical at MIT.
Now, did you make the Leia as well, or?
No,
No.
that's the flesh and blood right there.
Incredible.
You better switch to the next slide.
Yeah.
Data both getting excited here.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, that's very exciting. Let's see.
All right. Down with the chicken. Those are the Uranians. Let's see, there's a number of them. I think we haven't counted how many, but there's plenty of them in our studio.
Yeah. So okay.
Robots, robots help do the manual labor. They're either mobile espresso machines, like the one on the left here, that also is a soft serve ice cream dispenser.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
You have to have your own cone, otherwise it doesn't work. So that was
Right.
the one at the end of the line there is basically like kind of mobile pooper scooper, I suppose. Yeah. The only thing is that after it scoops, it then rubs it in the owner's hair.
Oh no.
So they're defective.
Yeah, I was going to ask the ice cream guy here. Does he have different flavors, or does he just produce one flavor of ice cream?
You're hearing all the flavors right now. You want to cut?
Okay.
The Iranians are very excited about that question.
Yeah, we like ice cream, right? Ice cream is good.
Yeah, they're basically saying in their own language, they're saying we scream for ice cream.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the view of Earth. Yeah.
No, so it is round.
Yes.
It is.
Finally convinced.
Now, is this is your operation interplanetary? Like, do you do gigs on other planets as well, or?
Well, you're a grown person, right? So I don't want to pop any bubbles, but you know that as of yet, there's no known life. The one in the middle is the one who's speaking. Could you switch to me for a second? I just want to see if my air filtration device is just right. Okay. Anyway, we're not really going into outer space. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of kind of like symbolic of the imagination. And we all can go to space, but physically, we haven't found other planets yet, Kevin.
Gotcha.
That's your name, right, Kevin?
Yes,
is that
that's
real?
my name.
Doesn't sound like a real name.
Well, the last part's actually the fake part.
Vonesper.
Yeah, that's the fake part.
So you weren't able to go into the army because you had a Vonesper.
That's right. That's right. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Hey, it worked for other people, so why not? I'm a peaceful kind of person for the most part. So, except when I'm on stage, I'm a little violent, but not to other people. Just to myself and my surroundings.
Don't mind me. I'm expelling some gas into my mask.
Yes, please do. We have a question. I know you touched on this before, but Katie wants to know a little bit more about your workshops and how does that work? And can Katie, for example, come and join your workshop?
First of all, I want to say Katie Squid. If that is your real name, you are a shill. You've been paid $5 to $10 is my estimate to make comments on this show, which probably has the population of, what are we talking? More than one hand? What do you think, Kevin?
Tonight or in general?
Tonight, right now. How
Oh,
many?
I would count it on one finger.
Yes, there you go. So the squid. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The squid. But anyway, it's okay. I'll answer the pre-discussed question, which is we do workshops. Yes. What was the question?
I guess just tell me a little bit about them and what could someone like Katie Squid learn from your workshop?
Well, we don't really offer them unless someone wants them. So that's the first thing. We're not just saying, hey, come and learn from us. We can be engaged to teach such a thing. And when we do it, I mean, I don't want to wax philosophically here, but we use a process in which predetermined, preconceived ideas are not allowed. So what happens is that when you start working with shapes and patterns with no intention of making anything specific, you create like a molecular blob, like a popcorn blob, like a protozoa. And then we give the maker an eyeball. And when they place that eyeball on that blob, they see consciousness. So once they can sort of see a creature, then they start learning the skills on how to make eyes, nose, ears, and all the other stuff. So it's sort of a backwards way of learning how to fabricate. Don't try to make something, just make something. Don't think about it, just learn about the tools and the materials. And then use your editorial part of your brain, which is usually on this side, and start to see what it can be. So if you do that, you get the best of both worlds. You can be imaginative and spontaneous and hippy-dippy, but then you can also be anal retentive and really exacting. And then the results resemble what you see in this room, including this inexplicable plant life, which is just basically dropping in from out of the ceiling.
Yes, what just as it does in the lab? Is this a normal occurrence in the lab? Just things dropping off from the ceiling? Or maybe from underneath the floor?
The answer is yes.
Yeah. I want to talk to a little bit more broadly. I know, I guess the project, how do I say that? I don't know. I don't remember the eloquent words that I heard that describes this, but just the fact that the whole point is to bring joy into the world sort of in a spontaneous way. Can you speak a little bit more about the philosophy behind Big Nazo?
Well, I think the idea is that the unexpected is an absolute building block to the human experience. Unplanned, spontaneous shifts in narratives are what happens in the natural world constantly. Humans think that there's a structure that pervades nature and that runs the universe, but we've learned that the best we can hope for is to kind of know how to saddle anarchy and how to guide absurdity and try to be masters of fluidity, much like the way a surfer tacks a wave or rides it. It's kind of unteachable. You kind of have to just keep trying it until you can break it. You can make it work for you. Or you just become one with the chaos. But it is framed. We can frame it. That's a little bit of control.
Excellent.
It's a bunch of horse crap. But
yeah, I won't tell them. I won't tell them. Just between
Squid
us.
is still listening. That was for her.
Oh, yes, right. Oh, I got another photo here.
It's Dr. Octopus on stage with a bunch of little people. Yeah. Oh, yes, they are. They're children.
Little people. So, what's the average lifespan of a Nazoid? Is it, sort of like does it surpass human lifespan?
Well,
to get passed down through the generations, or
if you're talking about the accoutrements that make the creatures, we have a room called the Creature Tunnel, in which they all are laid to rest until their body parts are stolen for new projects. So it's kind of like walking through a catacomb where all the retired creatures from the last 3 decades and more are on the walls and on the tables. It's quite a sight.
Now, the original, I know you said this went back decades and there were more humanoid sort of characters. Do they ever come back into the show or into the, society? And resurrected once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, nothing disappears forever.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back, and of course they're captured in memory as well as photographically.
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. And here's another sort of Star Wars thing. You guys doing battle here, or what's happening?
Yeah, we were
here?
at Comic-Con, right? A big money machine where a lot of people are walking around in full costume, full regalia, but carrying shopping bags.
Yeah.
And, acting like they're at the mall, but dressed up. So
That's
we
true.
show up as super villains and challenge people out on the streets who happen to be in their alter ego, and we activate their characters so that they can actually have some fun.
Yeah, I love that. I know there was another one somewhere in here with some Marvel characters. We'll get to there. Oh, here's another one. Yeah, I love that. There's I get it. The foot soldiers.
What are they, cosplayers, or are they just children with bandanas and sharp spears?
Well, I think the Shredder behind them is a cosplayer, but the kids, they might be the real thing.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'd have to be there. But who won this fight?
Well, let's just say that those kids are doing some time right now. Yeah, we bring to our laboratory, we fiddle a little bit with the consciousness, and then they go out better people. But actually, these particular kids became friends. It's just pretend.
Yeah.
Kevin, it's just make believe. They're not really attacking us. I don't mean to wound your childish heart, but it's just make believe.
I have a little secret for my audience. If you guys know, I'm making a documentary called The Life and Slimes of Dookie Flyswatter and Haunted Garage about another theatrical band.
You're pitching your project to your audience of one who is a shill?
That's right. Actually, I think we have doubled in size at the moment. I don't know who's watching, but somebody else is watching.
Wow.
But I wanted to relate that yes, the illusion can be shattered, and one of the people we have in this film is the voice of Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, who was in a band with Dookie Flyswatter. If you close your eyes, it's like you're talking to a Ninja Turtle. It was very fascinating.
Wow. Well, this is the closest thing we have to a turtle. We actually do have a turtle, but
wow.
It's Krusty. It's a baby dinosaur. You can bring Krusty in a little closer. There we go.
Wow, dinosaurs. Haven't seen one of I'm a dinosaur sometimes as well.
Okay.
So those are my brethren, I guess.
On your pajamas, do you mean, Kevin? Yes, I understand.
Well, I think maybe I met someone from the big Nazo lab as I was dressed as a dinosaur once.
I think that's pure fiction.
Yeah, that could be just a figment of my imagination.
Yes.
What's happening here? Is this part of a show? There's lots of smoke.
Yeah, it's part of the alien autopsy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's kind of a foggy situation.
I see. Yeah. And this is a meme, isn't it?
No.
You guys know what a meme is?
It's this thing.
Yeah.
Apparently. Well, maybe it can become a meme.
Oh, there you are on a boat. I love that.
Yeah. Did
you sink it? Did it sink or did it survive?
We totally made it to shore.
Excellent. I love this guy. This guy looks like he's giving off good vibes. Is this the George Clinton thing?
Yeah, that is on stage. That's Rusty Dog.
Oops.
He's our watchdog. Very talkative.
Nice.
Has an opposable thumb.
Gotcha.
Never stops talking.
And here, so this is a holiday. I don't know if it's one you celebrate, but happy holidays.
Get on the back of a truck and be pulled around. Sounds like a holiday to us.
Hell yeah. And then the marching band. So does the band on stage have different songs than the marching band, or is it the same?
Well, that's just the musicians going off, without amps, just basically become mobile. So,
yeah,
we don't need stages to perform, but you can do certain things on a stage, obviously, that you can't do while you're
sure
on the stage on the street, and then there's stuff you can do on the street you can't do on the stage. So,
yeah,
like take over an entire neighborhood.
Now, is that a goal of yours to take over the neighborhoods, or I know in the intro clip I heard something about world domination. Is that a plan of yours, or?
No, it's just it's not a goal. It's a side effect.
It's a side effect.
Side effect.
Gotcha.
Who's that good-looking guy in the middle there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's me.
That is you.
Yeah, surrounded by the squids, the space squids.
The space squids. I love that.
Providence is the home of H.P. Lovecraft, and so
Right.
there's a Necronomicon festival every 2 years on his birthday in August, and that was just a shot of us coming out of one of the events with our Cthulhuoid creatures.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite H.P. Lovecraft stories or movie adaptations? You know, like maybe The Reanimator.
Yeah, you know, I like the short stories, especially because they're shorter to read. But look at what we have here. We have like a turtle. Yes, that's nice.
Oh, hello. That's
so
excellent.
Okay, no, let go of
Who's a
Papa's
good
hand.
boy?
Let go
Uh-oh.
of Papa's hand. Hold on. Come on, let go. Come on. Okay, it's still attached.
Still got your hands? That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we have a few more photos, and then we can start landing this plane. And then you guys in the chat, if you have any questions, please send them over. I just want the audience to see, you know, this visual feed. And now what's happening here? This is a construction of a character here.
Yeah, it shows how they're made.
Mm-hmm. What is there any materials that you use more than others, or tips for people who want to make something of their own?
Well, you just work with different types of foam.
Mm-hmm.
Sheets of foam, staplers, glue,
Mm.
patterns, and it's all handmade. None of it is really cast or molded or anything. It's all built in the way that you see in the image.
Right. Awesome. And then here's another one.
That's
construction.
the same one, but painted.
Okay.
Rubber.
Right. Oh, here it is. Here's the Avengers, I guess. Another battle at Comic-Con, I suppose.
No, that was on a float. There's a bunch of like, you know, I guess corporate heroes that we fought over a float, and I'm not sure who, there's someone I don't recognize there, but we can see the Wonder Woman and we can see the Captain America and stuff. Yeah, that just was like a mock battle. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and they're mixing DC and Marvel. I don't know what's happening here, but they're all seem to be united front against the big Nazoids.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no giant franchise. Thank God we're not making millions and millions of dollars on our films or anything. No, we had that meeting and said, "Nah, let's skip that route.
Yeah.
Let's keep doing the ice cream ribbon cuttings, you know."
Yeah. I think we saw that one. I just love it. I just want everyone to see all the amazing creatures.
We're just in China. That's
There's just seems to be an endless amount of them. It's are you proud of your work? Like what's the legacy for you?
Well, those are both questions. Am I proud of my work? God, what should I say? Yeah, Datable, answer that question.
Or are you proud of their work? You know, your workers in the lab here.
That's a good one. All right. No, next question. That was good. Perfect.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, the next one is, you know, what's the Big Nazo legacy? What do you want to be, you know, to be remembered from Big Nazo throughout the years?
People, are you telling me, Kevin, that on your show you've had people who've actually would answer that question and tell you how they want to be remembered? That's amazing to me.
You know, maybe I've definitely asked people that. I don't know if it's on this show or not, but in interviews for sure. Yeah.
Wow. Grumbles, how do you want to be remembered?
Well, I guess, let me get down here.
Yeah.
I guess I'd like to be remembered as the first space ogre to end up owning a house on Earth. That would be really fun.
Okay.
That's a good legacy.
Not very profound, but heartfelt.
Sure. Yeah. I appreciate that.
He wants what everyone wants, Kevin. He wants
Yeah.
a home, and he wants to live a simple life of joy. That's
I love that.
And the legacy would be that's what we did.
And a laser camera. That's your idea, and I'm using it.
Yeah, you can have that one.
Yeah!
Yeah, I just, I hope to be in your laser camera at some point in my life. That's my legacy, is I want to be in your laser
And now I got a
camera.
ball.
Yes, I love that. Okay, I think what's next? Is there anything that you want to plug or, promote for yourself, or tell
Well,
anybody what's happening in the near future of Big Nazo Lab?
if your two watchers would follow our Instagram, perhaps that's a good way to kind of see what we're up to. It's just Big Nazo on Instagram.
Yes, and we have it in the scroll here, and it's in the description for anybody who just want to click it and don't put any work in it. I did that work for you. Just click it and hit follow, you guys.
Right. Okay, so you're saying that it's going to be at the bottom of the screen at some point?
Well, it is on the bottom of the screen, but it's also below the video in the description and on the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Or wherever you're watching this, it'll be on Spotify as well.
I'm seeing plenty of propaganda saying "Follow me, VonPod official."
Yes, but then it's propaganda for you as well.
Oh, it does.
Yes. So Big Nazo, you can't miss it.
All right.
Well, this has been fascinating and fantastical and facilitating. And does anyone else want to have any last words? Any of your lab workers?
Any last words? Okay, everyone, think of a word and say it at the count of three.
I
1,
have a different idea.
2, 3.
And take it.
I love it. I think this is the best episode yet. So when people watch this back, there's going to be, thousands of views, hopefully just tons. Let me give a minute. I'll come back in a minute if you want to stick around after the show. I'm going to promote what's coming up next for me on this show.
But before we do that, I want to just I want to send a message to all the people who didn't log on to watch your show. So there you see that. Yeah, that's great. And then we're going to go again. Yeah, there we go. And there we go. And there we go. And
yeah.
There we go. Oops. Okay.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Some human thing. I don't know. They'll get it.
Get in here. What are we on about?
All right. You guys, what do you think about cannibal movies? Do you like cannibal movies?
Haven't watched one.
They have very interesting taste.
Yes. Well, the director of the new movie Cannibal Mukbang will be on the next show, May 1st.
Oh.
Yes.
That's
incredible.
fantastic.
Yeah, New York City filmmaker, someone I met years ago randomly, and now is blowing up as a director of the new comedy horror Cannibal Mukbang. It's on Amazon Prime and I think on Blu-ray. Go check it out. And then we got rock band from New York, Thrill Driver. We got to set a date for that. And let's see. Go check out some of our recent past episodes. If you can imagine, the one before this one, we had a presidential candidate on the show. And now he's running for mayor of New York City. He's Paperboy Love Prince. That was a fascinating conversation last week. Go check it out. Cynthia Von Bueller is making awesome. This is one of those 3-hour ones. I can't even get into it. Just check it out. You will be fascinated. And we got Jane Jensen from Romeo and Juliet interviewing me on my birthday. That was a lot of fun. Just go check out. If you can't tell, there's always just a fascinating characters and conversation on this show. So if you're watching this, go check it out. And I think that's all I got. I need to get someone playing the chicken in my band.
Was busted.
Uh-oh. Is there problems in the lab?
No. It was the ugly.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Help me beat the algorithm. Go follow Big Nazo. And I'll see you next time.
Like, share, subscribe.